The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, Chapter 1, Part 2. My friend Alice Wendlekin was so nasty clean that she had detergent hands by the time she was 4 years old. Just the same, Alice picked up a case of head lice when she was at summer camp, and somehow Imogene found out about that. She would sneak up on Alice at recess and holler, "Cooties!" and smack Alice's head. She nearly knocked Alice cross-eyed before one of the teachers saw her and took both of them to the principal. "Now, what's this all about?" the principal wanted to know, but Alice wouldn't say. "I had to hit her," Imogene told him. "She's got cooties. I saw one crawling in her hair, and I don't want them on me." "You did not see one," Alice said. "I don't have them anymore." "What do you mean you don't have them anymore?" the principal said. "Did you have them lately?" It really shook him up. He didn't want a whole school full of kids with cooties, so he sent Alice to the health room, and the nurse went all through her head with a fine-tooth comb and a magnifying glass and finally said it was all right. But it was too late. Everybody called Alice Cooties the whole rest of the year. If Imogene didn't know a secret about a person, she would make one up. She would catch you in the girls' room or out in the hall and whisper, "I know what you did." And then she'd go crazy trying to figure out what it was you did that Imogene knew about. It was no good trying to get secrets on the Herdmans. Everybody already knew the awful things they did. You couldn't even tease them about their parents or holler, "Your father's in jail," because they didn't care. Actually, they didn't know what their father was or where he was or anything about him, because when Gladys was 2 years old, he climbed on a railroad train and disappeared. Nobody blamed him. Now and then you'd see Miss Herdman walking the cat on a length of chain around the block, but she worked double shifts at the shoe factory and wasn't home much. My mother's friend, Miss Phillips, was a social service worker, and she tried to get some welfare money for the Herdmans, so Miss Herdman could just work one shift and spend more time with her children, but Miss Herdman wouldn't do it. She liked the work, she said. "It's not the work," Miss Phillips told my mother, "and it's not the money. It's just that she'd rather be at the shoe factory than shut up at home with that crowd of kids," she sighed. I can't say I blame her. So the Herdmans pretty much looked after themselves. Ralph looked after Imogene, and Imogene looked after Leroy, and Leroy looked after Claude, and so on down the line. The Herdmans were like most big families. The big ones taught the little ones everything they knew, and the proof of that was that the meanest Herdman of all was Gladys, the youngest. We figured they were headed straight for hell by the way of the state penitentiary until they got themselves mixed up with the church and my mother and the Christmas pageant.